Have you ever heard of the Mantiqueira Tunnel? Hidden among the mountains of Minas Gerais and São Paulo, this century-old tunnel holds dark secrets that have haunted even the bravest for decades. Time has worn down its stones, but it hasn't erased the marks of what happened inside. The locals avoid talking about it. Travelers passing nearby feel an unexplainable chill. They say that if you stop at the tunnel's entrance and close your eyes, you might hear whispers, voices from another time, calling for help. But what happened inside this tunnel to make its name so feared? The story goes back to its construction at the end of the 19th century. The railroad was meant to cut through the Mantiqueira Mountains, connecting states and bringing progress to the countryside. But what was supposed to be a symbol of modernization quickly became a graveyard. The workers, mostly immigrants and freed slaves, endured inhumane conditions. Poorly planned dynamite explosions, collapses, disease, and even murders turned the tunnel into a pit of tragedies. Among the countless victims, one became a legend. Antonio, a simple, hard-working man who was part of the excavation team. He was respected by his colleagues but also envied by some. One cold and silent night, Antonio didn't show up for dinner. His friends found it strange. He never missed work, never wandered off without saying anything. So they decided to look for him. They searched every corner of the tunnel with their dim lanterns, piercing through the thick darkness, and that's how they found him. Or rather, they only found his helmet. It was lying near a wall, and next to it, bloody handprints. There was no sign of Antonio. No body, no clue. Just silence. A disturbing silence. The men exchanged glances, afraid to say what they were all thinking. Something had happened there. Something they couldn't explain. In the following days, things spiraled out of control. Workers heard hammering inside the tunnel, even when no one was around. Tools disappeared. Shadows moved in the corners. Some swore they felt a cold hand touch their shoulders. And then came the screams. In the middle of the night, a terrible sound echoed through the camp. A scream of pure despair, as if someone was being dragged into the darkness. Many abandoned the work, fleeing from what they couldn't understand. But the railroad had to be completed. Fear or no fear, the tunnel was finished. The railway was inaugurated. But the phenomena didn't stop. Trains passing through the tunnel suffered mysterious failures. Conductors reported seeing figures on the tracks. Some swear that if you go there at dawn, you might see a man in dirty clothes standing at the tunnel's entrance. He doesn't speak. He doesn't move. He just watches. The most terrifying detail: his face is always covered in shadows. They say Antonio never left the tunnel, that his soul is still trapped inside. And there is a challenge, a kind of ritual. If you want to test your courage, go to the tunnel at midnight. Stand right in the center and call his name 3 times. But be careful. If the whispers begin, if the air grows colder, if the silence is broken by footsteps that aren't yours, it means you've called something you shouldn't have. And now, you are no longer alone. So tell me, would you dare to cross the Mantiqueira Tunnel?